Kyle.
I always think that's a girl.
Hey, Divine Snowflake.
That sounds like such a girl name, and I don't mean to be sexist, but it sounds like a girl name.
I thought it was just someone who was like, they knew they were one of those Christians who was super sensitive to everything and
Okay,
culture.
we're gonna have to slide this way, guys.
So
not
there's
caught.
Snowflake.
I'm like way over here.
Hey,
Did you guys move the?
our mics are live.
No, we did not move the camera.
Oh, great! He heard me say. Divine Snow. There you go.
Welcome to the loop.
Howdy ho, everybody! Welcome to the loop.
Yes.
My name's Eric, and I'm joined by Kyle.
Hey.
And Jeremy.
Hi.
And Trevor.
Yo.
And we're all here to talk about video games and how insensitive I am on the internet.
We got to take care of some business here.
Yeah.
Because
Kuipers failed us and left the mics on while I was.
that's not it.
That's not the business that
Oh,
I got to
sorry.
take care of.
Eric may have forgot,
I forgot. We forgot last Thursday.
but that's okay.
But Wednesday night at the end of the stream, Mutiny Teddy shut you up
He needs to redeem.
at the end of the loop.
That doesn't count. You shouldn't do that at the end.
It does
It
count
does
though
count.
because
It
it's
was live.
It's in our store redemptions
Yep. And we
and
got
it hasn't been crossed off
We
yet.
got to count for it.
So you got 3 minutes that Eric can't talk.
Well, how am I supposed to start the show?
I don't know.
Well,
we should have thought about that.
That's just the way it is.
That's the way it
guys-
is.
you
It shall be anarchy.
You suck, Teddy. You suck. You
Don't
hear
worry,
me?
I got this.
Wait, hang on. I'm on it.
Set a timer for 3 minutes.
Hey, can you turn this up just a hair?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 minutes and counting.
All right, you guys ready? Hey, welcome to the loop. I'm kind of your host tonight. My name's Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
To my left is Jeremy,
I am.
and further down is Trevor.
Indeed.
Kuipers is on the knobs and the doodads.
And Eric's just sitting over here.
And Eric's sitting here. He got shut up last week, as I'm sure you heard 2 minutes ago. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. I
Yeah?
hit 300.
Oh.
Wait,
Okay,
that-
you already hit 3. We're talking about Destiny,
Of
right?
course we are.
You've already hit 300.
Yeah, I think I'm at like 303 on one character and 301 on the other.
Somebody is not muted.
I only have 2 characters.
Eric was
So-
trying to let us talk through his computer. It was causing a loop.
Yeah. So I only have 2 characters though at 300. So.
Wait, no, no.
Yeah.
No.
No, yeah, just 2. I haven't started a 3rd character yet.
No, you've got 2 characters already at 300.
Yeah.
No, that's a foul. Like
No, how?
on earth do you have time for that?
I will say
It's been how many weeks now?
It's the hardest
2?
getting the first
3?
character up to a certain level. After
Yeah,
that, it's easy
after it's
because
super
then
easy.
you can buy equipment for the other ones.
Although supposedly from 320 to 350, it's like nearly impossible.
Well, it seems like there's a lot of
Without
debate as to
beating the raid.
whether there actually is anything above 305.
There's no debate.
There is some debate though.
There
There's
is no debate.
What?
350 is the official level. Light. thing.
Where did you see that?
The internet.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Source
saying it right here.
of
I am
all
the source.
accuracy.
I've seen
Well, we'll
other
see.
things
Give
on the
me a
internet
week.
that have said not the case.
Give me a week. I'm at 303. Give me a week. I'll let you know if we can pass 305.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
You cool with that?
Oh,
What-
I'm sure you'll get that before morning, right?
I just
No.
got,
You've
to
got-
a character to 280 just
Yeah.
tonight in the 5 minutes I was able
I'm
to
not-
play.
That's exciting. Because now you're going to sit there forever.
Yeah.
I don't even. I can't even remember what I'm at. Like 265, something like
yeah,
that.
that's the other hurdle amount.
Yeah,
I talked
something
about it
like
last
that.
week.
But
What-
hey,
what else is going
I'm
on?
sorry. I'm at 268.
We have differing opinions in the chat.
Oh, what's happening?
Oh, 305 is the hard limit, but 350 is the cap. So you can technically
Yeah, Man in a
get
Tub
to
is telling us
350.
that.
However,
Yeah, I thought if you put something in the chat, it counts as communication, and you got to pay someone $10. That's the truth.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Someone's
who?
trying to talk in the chat.
Timer's up.
That was Kuipers. Kuipers is monitoring Men in a
Nope,
Tub.
Kuipers
yeah.
did not do it. He shook his head.
That was
Kuipers-
not
Eric,
me.
you
And what
owe
is-
1,000 $10 to Mutiny Teddy.
That's fine.
It's not like you don't
He
have
was-
enough.
He was helping.
Who was helping?
Anyway,
Never mind.
nice.
Bonus all. Yay. Teddy, what do you mean I'm slacking and no one believed you?
I don't know.
You can't pause and wait for a response. It doesn't work that well.
Yeah.
You can't
We'll
just
just
go,
wait.
Oh, Teddy, what'd you say about that? Let's see.
I know. I'm waiting. Let's wait. Let's wait.
Yeah,
What's
the
he-
expansion
What's he mean?
DLC.
We're quiet. We got to wait so we can
No,
hear
everybody
Teddy.
be quiet. We got to wait for Teddy.
No, the cap, Jeremy's right. The cap is 350.
Yeah.
But the 305 is like what they're calling like a hard limit. Like it's you barely can get to that right now with loot and stuff.
You
like,
have to.
once you hit
you
it,
have to do things like
it's really
you have
a
to
grind.
beat the trials.
Yeah.
It's really that's it's
But
really
once,
tough.
But once you hit 305, it's almost impossible to go above that right now.
Yeah.
Because there isn't enough
Okay.
content out there.
Because they're waiting
So-
for all the
but
DLC stuff.
Technically, you probably could if you're playing like crazy. Like if you've hit all the resets and you've been
I'll
maxed
have to
out
check
at
because
the
there's a friend
resets
of mine
and
who's
stuff.
played twice as long as I have,
And he's
which
probably
is
got
odd.
like a
Has-
312.
Has he
Probably.
even stopped to go to the bathroom?
I don't know.
I
How many weeks? It's been out, what, 3-4 weeks now?
3 weeks.
I
Yeah, that
got-
makes sense.
I gotta say, I hit my Destiny. I hit my
You
I hit it.
You plateaued.
I
You're
plateaued.
done.
I want to do the raid. I definitely want
I
to.
want to do the raid.
But I'm done.
Let's do
with
the
it.
raid.
I'm done. Like I want to do the raid, but I'm just done playing it because I was like I played a little bit last night, and I know you guys tried to invite me to a party, and I was a jerk and didn't accept the invite. But I was like I was trying to just get like a couple of my weekly things cleared off, and then I was like when you realize like as you play Destiny and the curtain starts to get pulled away from you, and you realize it's just making you do the same thing over and over again, but just for different reasons, it's like. It just got to me last night. I was just like, I don't want to play this anymore. Like it's fun.
See, there's still things that I haven't done before.
I'll
that I'm
see the
still
loot
doing.
that's out there. Like I'll see a screenshot of a gun. I'll be like, oh, I want to play Destiny. But then I get into it. I'm just like, oh, they're just gonna send me to this planet, and I'm just gonna do a public event again, or I'm just gonna have to do this same.
See, they changed some of the public events this week
to what?
with the whole.
They're on IO instead of on
No, they're
Nessus?
actually different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of them are still the same, but some of them have
I don't
actually
know.
changed how you
I played
beat
like
them.
3 of the same thing
And then-
last night in a 20-minute
A lot of them are the same.
But I mean, I was on IO, and it was like I went to this one, and I had to secure these 4 spots, and then I turned around, and there was another one behind me where there was the drill coming down, and I helped Eric with that, and then he paused and wasn't doing anything, so I went back to those 4 rings that showed up again. It was just
So
like
that's
it was
new.
like nonstop, like
The
back
4
and
rings
forth.
is part of the what unlocked this week?
Faction rally.
Factions. That's part of factions.
Why'd you guys decide to go emo? I was really
Yeah.
surprised that we went emo.
Scout rifle,
I
Scout rifle
thought
and
you
everything.
didn't like scout rifles. You said how much you hate them.
sidearms, scout rifle, and pulse rifle. Scout rifle's the best of those 3.
Yeah.
The other 2 completely suck.
I went emo because, well, partially it's partially kind of how I play my character because like
He's very emo in,
well,
your,
not
in
necessarily
your own
emo,
head
but-
canon.
and a little bit, yeah, I guess. I don't know. Part of it's just because I know I'm going to go New Monarchy with my Titan, and I'm really not that interested in Future War Cult stuff. So
But the Future War Cult has a cooler logo.
And a cool
I don't
room.
Yes,
I have a
I
cool
agree.
room.
That was almost the reason I was going to text you guys last night until Jeremy said, "Oh, we went with this," and I
You
didn't
can
want
go
to
with
sway
whatever,
you.
I mean-
but I was like, "Oh, I like the Future War because they have that cool hangout place, and I like
They do have the cool
And I
hangout
started
place,
to text it, and I was halfway written, and Jeremy said, "Oh, we went with Dead Orbit," and I was like,
If you would have
"Oh,
said I'm
delete,
going
delete,
with
delete, delete," and I didn't respond.
I mean, I
you
wouldn't
would
have cared.
said, if you would have said that you went with the future, I would have followed because
because
I
that's what
like it better
that's
too.
what Kyle wanted. Yeah.
Because as soon as I joined, I was like, oh, guys, this is so much cooler.
So I just checked my stats, right? So this guy I used to work with, I won't give away his gamer tag, but he's got 199 hours in. But it says that he's the exact same level that I am.
that's depressing.
so
I've got 118. Trevor has 96. Eric, that's what Mutiny wanted to know, is at 78.
78 hours.
And Kyle's at 48.
Good grief, I've got 48 hours into this already.
You're at how many hours?
And he's almost
You're at 199.
No. That's this other friend
You're
of
at
mine.
what?
I'm at 118.
And Trevor's at what?
96.
And Trevor's not even to 300 yet.
No, he just hit 285.
Well, I did start.
I just hit.
He started a new character too.
I just
yeah.
hit 283, and I've got like 70 hours. in
78
it.
hours. Yeah. 80 hours basically.
So Trevor just must screw around a lot.
No, he's got 2 characters though.
Oh,
I
he's
have
got
2
two
characters.
Yeah.
though,
yeah.
so-
I'm surprised I've got
different
48
characters.
hours already.
You got 48 hours, and you're pretty close to Eric's
Yeah,
level.
you're 270 something.
277 or something.
I've been
like that.
grinding, guys. I've been
Yeah.
You've
grinding.
been hitting that ground. We're gonna do that raid, right? When are
Yes.
we doing that raid?
I'm down.
Let's do it this-
anytime.
Can we do it?
Can we try
Saturday?
and do it? Yes.
Can we do it Saturday?
When Saturday?
I don't know.
I've got a haircut appointment. After that,
Cancel
I'm free.
it.
After that, I'm free. I can't because I've got a wedding that I have to go to this
You
weekend.
gotta look nice and not shaggy.
Yeah,
You gotta go to a wedding.
It's family.
You can't do the raid
No, it's-
before going to a wedding.
No,
you
it's-
can't do that. That's gonna mess you up.
Is the raid gonna take us like 12 hours or something though? 'Cause I can't
hope
commit.
not.
I
I'm
can't
guessing
commit.
like
Depends
3
on
if we know what we're doing. If we cheat and look at the internet.
Okay, so we should cheat.
So, Jeremy, have you tried it yet?
No, I haven't.
You
I've
haven't
gone
jumped
to
into
the
it at all?
I've gone to the Leviathan
in there.
and
You
I
went
just hunt around
Ky-
the map, but I haven't
last week Kyle and I
done
were
any
like,
of the
let's
raid
go.
at all.
Kyle and
I
I
don't
were
know
we tried
like,
to
anything
do
about
it.
it.
we're like, let's go beat the raid. So the guys are mad at us, and so we were like, we're just gonna do it, 2 of us.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And we did it. We beat the raid.
You
and it
guys
was
told
really
me to
good.
wait.
No, we didn't. But we did go in there
We
because
did
we
went
said
into the raid.
we said
went
you
into the
guys
raid.
saw
That's
it.
cool.
You jumped in it, so we were like, well, Jeremy did it. We're gonna go peek.
But did you fight people?
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
What
Not
we
really.
I didn't.
I mean, we kind of
you
just
did.
shot some bad guys.
What we
You,
figured out
you
here.
kicked off part of the raid.
just
You
yeah.
actually kicked it off.
But we didn't know idea what was
Yeah,
going
we
on.
had no clue what was happening.
So we just
So
Hey,
what
you
we
know what?
fi-
We actually beat Jeremy to something.
yeah.
Hey, Trevor, let's do the raid this weekend.
What we figured out here is that I'm the only good friend here.
It's
I've
true.
not touched it.
But I said I wouldn't do the raid. I didn't do the raid. I looked at the ecosystem it's on.
Hey, can I blow you guys' mind?
Gross.
TP Poker said that the loop spelled backward is the pool.
That's true.
No, it'd be pool.
So we're kind of like men in a pool
That's why-
backwards.
he figured it out.
Yeah,
It was an ARG.
that's how we
He
did
figured
it.
it out.
Yeah, there was something there.
It was. We're glad. We're glad. Divine Snowflake says she'll raid with us.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny because Fine Snowflake you were talking about before the show, Eric. He had some personal feelings about Divine Snowflake.
No, man, now it's just gonna become the joke, isn't it? Divine Snowflake says, "I hate you." That's
I'm
great.
Sorry, get a more masculine screen name. So, anyways,
You can't say things like that when Nathan isn't here. We don't have a misogynistic robot.
kid, once I dug myself a hole, I figured I'd keep shoveling.
digging.
Might as well just lay down and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's shady and cool in here. So should we discover what releases lie ahead of us?
We should.
Yeah, we can get to that.
Because
Or
you're
did
ready
you have
for a new
something
game.
you need to do? I mean, we're already.
No, I mean,
No.
I played a little bit of Mario Rabbids.
Oh, yeah.
I finally got it.
I mean, you're a little late to the game.
I'm
but
late to the game,
a little
but
late to the party.
I haven't gotten too far in, but it is really fun. I've enjoyed it.
yeah.
It's because it's actually because I've been spending so much time with Destiny.
Yeah. Yeah, it's. I haven't touched Rabbit since Destiny came out. I have not.
Yeah.
I might get back to it, but I really want to try Golf Story, which just came out yesterday.
Golf
or
Story?
Yeah, on the Switch. It looks charming as heck, but it looks kind of like Stardew Valley, but with golf. And it's like a RPG golf game that
Weird.
like it's like top down, like on the Switch. It just
That
came
sounds
out.
cool.
Yeah, it's
So
like
does it-
16-bit looking. It looks really cool.
It kind of
Almost like a golf RPG.
We didn't announce that last
Weird.
week. Man, we got to get that.
Yeah, I don't.
with
I,
it.
a lot of the Switch stuff has been like hot
Spotty?
and fast. Like
Yeah.
the games are just like because
Hey,
like
new game. It's out next week.
even the guy that the creator of Stardew Valley just announced, or is that a story? I'm sorry if I'm sniping.
no,
this
I
up.
don't. I haven't.
But
seen
he
that.
he tweeted out, "Hey, Nintendo approved us. Release date coming soon." So
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's probably the big wait is
I
they
put-
can't say anything until Nintendo
But
says
this
it's
game
good.
looks awesome. It's like a top down. You're like
Oh, it's
chatting
kinda
with
Zelda-y.
people. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it almost looks like Mario Golf
Kinda.
on Game Boy.
so anyways, it looks really good. I want to pick that up and try that out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but Rabbids is fun. I'll probably jump
Is
back.
it a full price game?
I doubt it.
14.
$15 or
Oh,
something.
dude, I'm
$14.99.
getting
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Totally.
So cool. That looks awesome.
All right, what other
As
games
if
are coming
I don't
out?
have
'Cause
enough games.
Eric doesn't have enough games to play right now.
I don't. I mean, I'm
Because
now.
he needs to
Now
get
I don't
rid of
because I'm
Destiny.
done with Destiny. I
Yeah.
gave up.
Yeah.
I mean, other than the raid, which I want to experience the raid.
until the next
I mean,
DLC
I bought.
or
Yeah,
raid comes
I bought
out.
You're still in, right?
I bought
Destiny
I
bros.
bought like the Destiny stuff. So like, I mean, the package.
When the rest
when
of
so
the
in the
stuff
other
come out.
DLC, yeah, I'll check it out. But it's just like, I don't see the point in the grind right now. I mean, I'm 280 something. I can do the raid, like whatever.
I see
don't-
myself playing it one day a week.
Yeah, I could check in on Tuesdays because I'll be like, okay, I
Yeah.
could do some stuff and then I'll move on. But
Because
I
I
don't.
get all of the stuff done on Tuesdays.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know.
Because
And
it
it
doesn't
makes-
take long.
I mean, the difference
It's a-
with that too is that if you've got other games that you want to play, and continuing to invest in Destiny once you've hit that plateau where you're like, I'm good, I've seen all the stuff that I need to see, seems kind of pointless.
Yeah.
See, I'm
Like unless you are just a Destiny all the time, forever and ever, amen. Like unless you are that person,
Which plenty of people are.
plenty
I
of
can-
people are, and
I
that's
can
fine.
Play a game for a long, long time. I don't mind grindy stuff as long as I enjoy the gameplay itself.
And it's not that I don't like the grind or I like the loot. It's just like I think with as games are coming out, I'm just kind of at a point where I'm like, I feel like I've accomplished enough. I want to do the raids, but I wasn't really energized to play it. But it is a great game to like turn on some TV and just like zone out and grind. Or
Well, I keep
something.
finding more story, but I'll talk about it later. It's fine.
By the way, business, your office that you rented here, the internet is real dookie right now, and so
Dookie?
we're having trouble.
I told Kuipers to run on the wheel faster. I don't know if he's done that or not.
So I don't know if we're gonna have to take a
Take a
pause
siesta?
and reboot a thing, or if we should just keep going. The upload speeds look good. We're at 9, so that should be good for this. So I don't know why the download speeds are really bad. So let's just move on. Let's move forward to games that are coming out.
Games of the week. We know you can't wait to get your grubby little hands on them.
All right, games of the week. Games of the week.
They are
Games of the
coming
week.
out this week.
Games of the week. Games of the week.
Games
that-
of the
is
week.
that what we're doing?
Games of the week.
No, we
They're
just did
creepy and they're
no,
Crunchy.
that was the one we didn't go with.
I know. I just wanted. I like that one.
We
though,
wanted
a
to
lot.
try it out. All
I
right.
wanted to try the Addams Family
Sometimes,
intro.
sometimes we try things out.
The,
All right.
the-
So sometimes we try them out.
games of the week.
You should move on to the game.
Teddy's like, does the tub have all the devices connected to the internet? I'm like, yes.
Yes, all of the devices because we
My
live
phone, my
we live in 2017.
everything's connected. Anyways, first game coming out this week is on September 28th.
Sorry, Marksman just said if we address that Divine Snowflake has a very feminine name.
Hey, don't offend her. We don't offend people in the chat
Yeah, that's very
intentionally.
sexist of you.
At least when the show
Hey, well,
starts.
disclaimer: Trevor does know Divine Snowflake.
his girlfriend.
That's part of the reason.
So she's like 70. So she's,
That's part of the reason we're taking liberties here.
It's even cool that
All
she's
right.
on the internet.
All right.
Yeah.
September 28th brings us Picross S to the Nintendo Switch. This looks pretty cool if you're a fan of Picross, which I am, and a fan of Sudoku, which I'm not. You might like this because it looks like it kind of takes both games and puts them together into Uno
Oh,
game.
I've played this game.
Is
So-
that going to be a thing that,
Ex-
that the
What?
Switch is going to do? Because they
What?
like taking a couple different games and mixing them together.
I mean, and that's what these developers decided to do. I don't think
Well-
that's up to the Switch.
This is kind of a game that's existed for a long time. I've never played it
Oh,
called
okay.
Picross. So
No, I know, Trevor. That's what I just said.
I know. Oh,
Picross is its own thing. This is not just Picross. This is Picross and Sudoku mixed together.
Yeah.
So Picross
Okay.
has been around for a long time. Yes, it's been on.
What is that? A picture crossword puzzle?
Picross is
I'm
like
guessing based on the name.
Picross is kind of like a paint by numbers. It'll say like, hey, 3 blocks in is this color, or 3 blocks in is filled in, and then 5 from the left, and you count them, and then you put the dots in. Where this is that, but they've also crossed it over with Sudoku, so it's got a little more to it. So I don't think it's. It's not just Picross because there's Picross,
Well,
there's Picross 3D. There's what were you gonna say? Sorry.
it looks very familiar to something else. I've
Oh,
played,
okay.
So, like very familiar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
Then on Friday we have Cuphead coming out on Xbox and PC. This game is cross-buy too, so if you buy it on Xbox or PC,
box or the PC?
well, don't buy it on Steam though. That's
Yeah.
I mean, if not, if you want to be able to play it on Xbox, you'll be hosed. So
Right.
just a
What?
word of warning: don't buy it on Steam if you want to play crossplay.
Oh, gotcha. You
Because
have to
you have to
buy
buy
it
it-
from Microsoft.
You have to buy it in the Windows Store
Yeah,
or buy it
yeah.
on Xbox, and then you can download it from the Windows Store because it'll be tied to your account.
Since they're tying the two of them together and trying to push that.
I think the internet's better. So they said the audio it came back after it went
Yeah.
away. So
Yeah.
The tests have been showing terrible download, but that shouldn't be impacting our. We have good uploads.
yeah,
so.
we have good upload rate. So I don't know.
Sorry, guys.
FIFA 18 is out on Friday as well on PS4, Xbox One, PC.
Get yourself
Switch,
into that story,
360, PS3 still. Man, they're still putting out on everything.
man. Well, that's because the world
Needs
wants
their
to see
soccer.
what happens to the guy from the first season
Yeah,
of story mode
very
in
important.
FIFA.
Very important. Then also on Friday is Gundam Versus on the PS4. So if you like big
Ooh.
robots, bumping uglies, that's one for you.
There's robot sex in this game.
And I did not say that, Kyle. You
What?
Well,
pervert.
Why, Kyle? Why?
Why would you
What-
say that?
Yeah.
Because you
Gosh,
said
Kyle.
bumping uglies.
That's not what that means to me.
Yeah.
It means something else.
They're
to me.
big ugly
What?
swords.
They're
Nailed it.
Trevor, I know you tried to help with that one, but you kind of made it worse.
All right. Another game is out on Friday. It's Total War, Warhammer 2. That's only on PC. PC hashtag PC Masters. Good old Total War games. Those are always fun.
Yeah.
Good
The last
control
one
little
was
army men.
excellent too. This one, I'll pick it up sometime eventually.
And last but not least, I believe it's next Tuesday on Xbox One and PC is another cross-buy game from Microsoft. Is Forza Motorsport 7. It's that there's a Forza every year now.
You know what? It looks
and
like cars.
And you got to choose. Do you want the real sim or do you want the more arcade
Fun game.
time? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've chosen. I think I've gotten it every year, and I don't know. I think this might be the first year I go. Ooh.
It's on my GameFly list, but that's it.
I think you have to legitimately love race tracks to play this game.
I feel
when
like
you have Motorsport Horizon that
I
comes
feel
out.
like you have to love cars.
Well, no, but I'm saying
Because if you don't care about the car you drive and why it gets certain types of, speed increases or, all this
Yeah.
and that from customizing your engine and all that stuff. Like some people, great gearheads, they love this
Sure.
stuff. But other people, it's just like, okay, I don't even touch that section of the game. It's way too detailed.
no, but what
know?
I guess what I was saying is that with what Forza has put out, they've got Motorsport, which is a lot more in depth. And I mean, actually, a lot of the gear stuff is in all of it. Like, if
Yeah.
you want to tweak, it's in both games. But the Motorsport seems like it's more of a race simulator, whereas
Oh, yeah.
Horizon is the more arcade, fun, do whatever you want. And for me personally, that's my game out of the two.
Yeah, I mean that's fine, but the water pools up real nice on this one.
It'll pool up even better in Forza Horizon
No,
4.
this has got new water tech, like rain tech.
That's but I'm saying it'll be
when they
even better in
transferred
Forza
over.
Horizon
maybe,
4.
but maybe they won't care as much. But like it's supposed to, like when it rains,
No,
if
they'll
there's
care.
It's going to
there's a
pool
little-
in different
a little
areas.
dip, it's gonna
yeah.
pool, it's gonna gather up.
Does it mean you're going to
With good reflections.
It's gonna affect your traction. I don't know.
Are
They
you
make
going to hydroplane?
they make good car games.
They do make very good car games.
So if you want to play it, do it. That's
Hey.
up to you in your pocketbook.
I just realized there's one that we left off of here.
What?
Star Fox 2.
That comes out Friday.
That comes out on
Oh,
Friday
yes, that does. Yeah.
in the SNES Classic. So
s-
get you some.
Target says my order is being prepared to ship today. So hopefully
I'm going to
they
go camp
follow
outside of a store.
through. Which one? You should Viaria that.
I'm going to Viaria that.
Nice.
Oh, okay, good deal.
I'm
Sorry.
already thinking
I
about
figured you-
Viaria. I mean,
Figured you were on
I know
top
we-
of it.
I
Yeah,
know.
you're
I know.
always on top
Sometimes
of it.
we're lacking in content. I've got a lot of ideas this week. We'll see if they all come to fruition.
All right. Take your pants off. It's time for the news.
Keeping you in the loop with the latest gaming news.
All right, first up on the news, coming to us from GameSpot.com, says Red Dead Redemption 2 teaser points to game news tomorrow. So we're a day early and $1 short, y'all.
Yes.
No news for you means we're going to talk about video games tomorrow, probably.
Well, because it'll be
That's going to be
important.
2 weeks in a row that you're setting a precedent
I
here
know.
that we're putting games back into. Let's make the Tubcast game again.
Listen. If a game is news, it can be. I mean, it's got to truly be news to get on the Tubcast.
But I think it's got to break. I think we'll probably have to talk about it a little bit, just based on what comes out
timing.
tomorrow.
It's
We'll see
Red
what-
Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
It's a
So
big
we'll
thing.
talk about it without Trevor.
I'll jump in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm
Make
just
them
waiting
all-
for the movie to come out. You know, that's a thing.
Is it?
They're
I
doing
don't
a
know,
Red
right?
Dead movie.
It would make sense.
So what is this all like? Is there do we got any like clues or?
Nope. 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 10 a.m. our time tomorrow. There is supposed to be an announcement of some kind. So whether that's another trailer or what, we don't really know.
Well, I'm excited because
Yeah.
it's cowboys and shooting guns.
Yeah.
Tweet at us when you find out what it is and tell us.
They're gonna say it's not called Red Dead Redemption 2.
I mean, we got an invite
think-
to the press conference, but chose not to go.
I think that would be weird
them.
if they decided not to call it Red Dead Redemption.
At this point,
2.
it would be very weird.
Oh,
I
it's
was just
already
saying
called
that
Red Dead.
because I made such a big deal about hating that title.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
That's
'cause
that.
the
That was my
title
joke. I'm
sucks.
sorry. That was.
Yeah, people would have to be very familiar with your hatred of that title.
Hey,
to
we
understand.
Yeah,
got some
I
people
totally,
that might
I
be-
totally got that.
No,
Trevor.
I get what you're saying. That's true. People might be.
No, I'm excited.
Who cares about the title? It looks good.
No, it's-
Yeah.
It looks like they got a new engine, right?
They
for
could.
this?
I don't know. Did they say new?
I
engine?
thought they had a new engine for this game because
It
it
might.
looked way better than GTA.
Well,
so.
they do know how to update their engines really well, but
Yeah.
it very well could be a new engine. I mean, it's next gen. I mean, crossing the generation, so they very well could.
Yeah.
have some-
Hopefully
Is
it's
this
good.
going to make me want to get a Pro
Xbox.
PlayStation Pro,
or a
Xbox One X.
Xbox One
Oh,
X?
well, I'm getting for this for PlayStation, by the way. So.
I don't know.
Oh,
Okay.
You'll get
So
it. For
you're
both.
saying-
you'll get
that-
it for everything, Trevor.
I
don't
might.
worry.
Well,
Yeah.
you'll get it for everything.
It depends on who all picks it up. So.
Yeah,
I
this-
guess everybody's going to pick it up,
mean,
so I'll
yeah.
get it for both.
I just want to see which one it looks better on. Yeah. No, I don't know.
I wanna know if they're gonna like basically put out the Grand Theft Auto Online, but for
I think
this.
Yeah, I almost think they have to because they had online on the last game that
Yeah.
wasn't very robust, but we know, Trevor, you liked it. You
I
don't have
loved
to
it.
defend it. Just
I wasn't
just hold
going
your
to.
horses.
I wasn't going to defend
hold on
it.
to the horses, Marston.
No,
Chill
but,
out.
But I'm just saying it was not nearly as robust
No,
as
it
this
wasn't
as
crazy
GTA.
robust,
You know what I mean?
Right, no.
Like as GTA 5 is.
Well, at this
online.
point, GTA Online has just, I mean, they just keep dropping different game modes and stuff. So,
yeah. Teddy says, I don't think next gen is a thing
Sorry,
anymore.
I
next
misspoke.
gen's always
I
a
meant
thing,
it was
but-
cross generation. It was an,
And these aren't technically new gen.
in a
systems.
reference to the PS3. I was saying it was a next gen.
okay.
These are
That's
not
because, I mean,
Okay.
next gen.
That's
These are
what-
like
No.
it was next gen when
0.1.
the PS3 was out.
Wait, Jeremy. I mean, the Xbox
all I was
games look a
saying.
lot better now than the 360.
yeah, but it's like
games
it's
did.
like an update. It's not a
Yeah.
new gen. You know?
From 360 to Xbox One.
No, I'm saying Xbox One to.
Oh,
to
no,
Pro.
yeah, that's
what
just-
I was
yeah.
talking about.
I think
Oh,
that's
well,
just
that's
the gaming
not- no.
industry buying into like the phone industry
Yeah.
and saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah,
gonna we're
why
gonna
not?
we're
This
gonna
is the
release
Xbox Pro.
iterations of our consoles." And
Yeah.
I would be surprised if we don't. I mean, I would be surprised if we see. I mean, I feel like Sony is either A gonna have to go, here's PlayStation 5, which would be lame, or here's PlayStation. And like,
PlayStation Pro
or,
X.
and then, or just PlayStation, and then
Yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, and I almost wish they just do it. Just here's Xbox.
I would love it if they did it and made it module.
Here's not. Oh, gross. No, absolutely
Why?
not. That'd be terrible.
Module.
That would be a nightmare for the consumer. I do not like that
Really?
idea at all. Yeah, that's horrible. Why would you want it modular? Oh, so you can only play this game if you get the right RAM module. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, that's a bad
I think
idea.
they just go like they just do like the phone companies at this point and just say, here's Xbox, here's PlayStation. You get the new one every year, like whatever you want it, or you upgrade every
you
2
So
years.
upgrade it every
have
2 or
to-
3
Oh, you're
years or
saying
something.
like on a lease.
You could. I could see GameSpot or GameStop trying to do that just to keep in business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see them having leases.
Every
on
year you
consoles.
get a new console.
Yeah.
They become the new phone.
The
company.
problem is in order to do that, you have to know when the next console's coming out.
They're not as expensive as phones are, right? I mean, so
That's true.
They're half as
crazy.
That is
expensive
true.
or
they're,
less.
they're like that's the thing is like even
and
a
they
cheap,
play games so much
And
better.
they last for 5 years.
even a brand new Android phone. Because I'm just trying to say for
No,
the
they're
people
all-
that would
they're all expensive,
You're still
yeah.
gonna pay $600-700 for like a brand
Right.
new top of the line.
Top of the line, you're playing 900.
Yeah, but I'm just saying like you're still paying more than a video game console for a phone. So
That you replace every 1 to 2 years.
yeah. So, anyways, I'm excited to see what they say tomorrow. Next up is from Kotaku.com. It says game designer says developers would be more candid if game culture wasn't so toxic.
Yeah, a designer and programmer, Charles Randall, who's worked for a lot of companies like Ubisoft and BioWare, wrote a long thread this week that went viral on Twitter. And essentially, his thread was saying, hey, the gaming industry is so toxic that that's the reason that developers don't say as much, because so many gamers are angry about being lied to or whatnot. And I mean, they use a perfect example in here of No Man's Sky.
Oh, I knew that's
Yeah.
where it was headed.
Yeah, I mean, it's true, though. I mean, like, that group of people that were fans of that, so many of the people that were fans to begin with got so toxic so fast, and then once they finally got out of the way or whatnot, then there was a community that was actually kind of moving in the right direction with that game. But it is something that stands out here, that there's a lot of people that get really upset and emotional about games, and so game developers don't want to throw all that information out, because then you've got people that just want to harass them, or their expectations are so crazy sometimes.
Well, and I know you all roll your eyes, but I think Star Citizen is a perfect example of why everybody is quiet about their game development. Because look at how many people are like super cynical and stuff.
I don't think Star Citizen is the example though, because that's came out. The gaming industry has been quiet about their games for years before
yeah.
Star Citizen. Like
Yeah.
that wasn't.
No,
that didn't
I'm just
usher
saying
in
that's
the
an
era
example
of quiet.
of what. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that's why they're quiet. I'm just
Oh.
saying that's an example of why.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Well, and another thing that they point out here in this is that there's a lot of people that will comment about how easy it would be to add multiplayer, to change engines, or to do this or that without actually having any industry knowledge, and just thinking, hey, you should just do this as a service. Which
See, I think the guy's completely wrong with his idea, with his concept.
for saying
Yeah,
that.
I think the reason that game developers are mostly quiet, it has less to do with the fans and the feedback, and probably more to do with the marketing and the control that has over releasing information. Because they could have their game canceled if they release something that the marketing team didn't like.
Well, I hate to get back on my soapbox, but it's also pre-orders. Like
Yeah.
that's pre-orders are a huge business.
They
And
make a
if-
lot of money.
If
It's
something comes
it's
out,
early money.
people will speak with their pre-orders and be like, "Well, I don't like that decision. That sounds dumb. I'm gonna
Right.
pull my pre-order." And they're like banking on those pre-orders now. That's why they want to sell you bonus content. That's
because
why they
games are expensive.
Right on the side
So-
of this page, I see the bonus pre-order for a game.
Yeah, so it's just that's a big part of the business, and I think that they can't be too public about stuff, because if they say something or announce a feature that gives away too much, and I mean, because Trevor and I have had these conversations before where it's like you can go down a rabbit hole when you hear about a new game, and you can just be like, I wonder if it has this. I bet it has this thing.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
wonder if it
yeah,
has this thing.
absolutely.
I bet I'm gonna go pre-order this game. I can't wait for this game.
Because
But then if
you got drum mental hype going.
yeah, but if they came out and said, "Okay, guys, everything you think is going to be is not in here. This game's going to suck. So screw y'all. Cancel your pre-orders." Okay, because then
Right.
and then
that's what you'll hear anyway.
yeah, that's what you're hearing in your head, and so it's a thing of I think that's why they're more quiet than ever, especially but if you look at companies like Nintendo. I mean, this is maybe more of a Japanese thing, but they were always quiet. They still are a lot of times
yeah.
about what they're doing. I mean, do they start to release stuff the closer it gets? I mean, we're just now seeing stuff from Mario Odyssey that I'm like, holy cow, this game looks incredible. But it's like this stuff they just held their cards close to their chest until it's ready to show people.
What I do like about them, though, even when they do show you something, they don't point it out and go, "See what we just showed you?
Yeah.
See what we just showed you?
Yeah.
Did you see that little part in there that we did? Yeah, that's cool, right?" They just
Yeah.
do it and let you figure it out.
Yeah, they're
Well, the other thing that he does throw in here in this is that all the stuff he says, here's the rub, all the stuff you ever wanted to know about game development. So he's not even necessarily just talking about like the specifics of games and like the
But how
business
they
side
develop?
of it, but yeah, how that's he says would be out there if not for the toxic gaming community. He says we love to talk about development, the challenges we face, the problems we solve, the shortcuts we take, but it's almost never worth it. He says, I did a public talk a couple weeks ago to a room full of kids, and afterwards a kid came up to me and was talking to me about stuff. He says, I kid you not, this kid, somewhere between 13 and 16, I'd guess, starts talking about how bad devs are because of a YouTuber he watched. He nailed all the points. Bad engine, being greedy, you named it. So, I mean, that's another impact on it, too, is that you've got
darn
YouTube
YouTubers.
personalities. Well, I mean,
Oh man, poor me. People have opinions.
well, no, I think what he's saying is the fact that, I mean, he went and talked to somebody, and that person's mind was already made up because of the YouTuber that they watched, instead of actually, like, talking to somebody who was in the industry that actually did this stuff for a living.
I mean, that's just the
That's everything.
That's,
Well, yeah,
that's
I
our
realize
entire
that.
culture. That's people that
I mean,
don't
if you
don't
listen
take.
to Fox News, you have one opinion. If you listen to CNN, you have another.
But you know
That's
what?
true.
If there's anything that people can learn from this is get all this facts. Take everything into account. Don't listen.
No,
we have
no.
become such a personality-driven society that people own. I mean, that's why there's like 5 or 6 of us, so we can have so many opinions. You can take your own from it. But most people, everybody
That
goes.
is why we do
Everybody
that,
goes
yeah.
to personalities, and they're like, "Well, I like what PewDiePie has to say, or I like what Wackety Wacko has to say," and then they're like. That's how they form their opinion. They don't. It doesn't matter anymore whether Star Citizen is a good game or a bad game. Someone along the line said it was XYZ. They agree with that person's opinion, and they're just that's it. It's done. I'm stuck on this, and that's the thing. And so the biggest thing we could do as a society is say, everybody, educate yourself. Don't just settle on one opinion.
But that's the problem,
Look
right?
at the
they
facts.
think they did.
No,
No,
I know
but-
because
and
that's
then
no
their
what they did.
opinion's
What they did is
done.
someone told them, and so they
Oh,
think
yeah.
that person did the work, and so they don't have to. It's
Right.
like so and so on YouTube must have researched it. They have to know what they're talking about.
But actually, that is the way that the world works, and so you should listen to everything that we say.
Well, that's because we have so many
'cause
opinions.
we are important.
That we're bridging the divide. We took this into consideration.
so
when we
ignore
created the
everything that
tub.
Eric just said
no,
and only
screw
listen
Kyle.
to
Screw
us.
what Kyle's saying.
Yeah.
I know he's joking.
Kyle doesn't know what he's talking about.
I know
or
he's-
Eric.
I know-
what I'm talking about.
I know
Because
I know
Trevor studied it, and I listened to him.
But I'm saying I'm serious. Like never take one person's opinion and go.
Absolutely not.
That's
Yeah.
fact. Like research stuff. So that's the thing. Like this some punk kid that this guy had a bad experience with. Like there's probably 10 kids for that kid that come up to the developer and be fascined by the process.
Sure.
And would love to hear
Well, yeah,
his
well,
experience
Teddy-
and would love to know what
But the
goes
problem-
Teddy said it in the
to
chat.
that.
He goes, the developer's obviously jaded.
100%.
And you can tell. I mean, this is. It's
why
kinda-
wouldn't- why wouldn't
the
he
story's
be?
kind of him ranting about it.
And why wouldn't he be? Because
Of
we live
course.
in this reactionary Twitterverse where everybody can just say whatever they want to people, and they get their feelings hurt. So I get it.
Well, no, but I think the other part of that too, though, is that within the vacuum or whatever you want to call it, the negative voices are always going to be louder. That's. I mean, if somebody is going to say something, well, let's say somebody actually that we don't know, we've never interacted with, suddenly says something about our show, and there's 5 people, 3 of them say something, or 4 of them say something positive, and 1 person says something negative. The only thing that's going to be that any of us are going to care about is that negative thing.
Of
Like
course,
it's just
that's
it's
humanity.
human nature that and so
Are you going to look at a pretty sunset or a car crash? You're totally looking at the car crash longer.
right. No, and I mean the internet has created an echo chamber for negative experiences and negativity that it's it's crazy. So I mean, I think that there's some validity to what he says. It's and Teddy is right. There is a lot of the jaded aspect of it that if you run into this stuff continually, you're gonna have that same opinion because
I just don't like these articles because these headlines says game designer says developers would be more candid if gamer culture wasn't so toxic, and I understand where
Maybe
his
it's toxic because they're not.
I understand where his heart's at. I understand what he's trying to say, but it's like if you can't just make a blanket statement for every game developer because I guarantee you, maybe the indie devs would be okay. Maybe you're right, but you're talking about your EAs, your Ubisofts, your Nintendos. No, that's not going to change them. They're not
Right.
It could be the most polite
Because
culture
you don't matter to them.
out there, and you matter as far as them you buying the game, but that's why. It's because that's a common denominator thing. They don't want to say the wrong thing because it's going to affect the bottom line.
Yeah.
And so they're not going to come out and say too much because they want to sell the game to you. So these big companies, the climate of the culture is never going to affect what they say to you.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, it may sway things a little bit here and there, the transparency.
Reframe it.
But you look at something like what's the Hellblade? They have a whole a whole documentary on their YouTube page of their game development process, and that only brought about mostly positive conversation. And so
But the thing is that wouldn't. You're right. That wouldn't work though for the big game developers.
I mean, they might do it. They might
'Cause people
release
would tear it apart
They might
because
release
it's
it
got a
after
bigger
the fact,
footprint.
like down the road
Yeah.
after the game's out or something.
The
but
funny thing is that the bigger ones that could do that, they have the least amount to lose, but they don't want to do that. Whereas an indie developer, they have everything to lose because if nobody buys that game,
except
it's sunk.
they're looking at it as a positive, and I think
I
for an
understand
indie it is
that.
a positive.
Yeah.
because there are enough people who go, that excites me. I'm going to support that.
Right,
So
but I think
really,
that-
I mean, it's still marketing.
I think that's where that fear level happens, though, because if you are an indie and you've got one game that you've sunk everything into for 2 years, and it takes one negative thing that spirals out of control, suddenly you don't have anything
yeah.
because
I mean,
you
But okay,
you know what I mean? Like,
but the case he's using No Man's Sky
Right.
as an example, which I still don't think it's a fair example because the fact is,
well, I don't know
No
if
Man's
he
Sky
used that or if
Screwed the
the
pooch. I mean,
the
that's-
okay, but I'm just saying using that as an example all the time, they still made a bunch of money. I don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
sure,
and
there were,
they still made a good game.
and it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, well, that's subjective, but still,
No,
yeah.
it's still a good game.
Well, I'm saying subjective to the individual who.
Well,
think,
of course.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah.
I still put
Look at
50,
the size and scope of the game. It's huge.
I sunk 50 hours in that game, and I'm fine with it. Like whatever, that was. It's not perfect. It's not maybe what I had hoped for completely, but they've added to it and they've done more. But I guess what I'm saying is they came out fine. So don't like act. I mean, I'm not saying Sean Murray like doesn't deserve some slack because I feel like people give him a lot of crap. But also like they're okay. Like it's not like we need to come to their
definitely.
rescue all the time.
in
like,
the end,
they're
they
okay.
did fine.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where
I think though that there is a big difference with them too because I think that as large as that hype was, they had that much bigger. They had a big pool for being an indie developer, whereas a lot of indie developers aren't. There aren't as many indie developers that are going to make that big an impact that are going to have a game that's that talked about to then blow up in their face. A lot of them, it's a much smaller amount of people that are actually leaning on getting the game, which is part of the reason that they're not the AAA game to begin with. But
yeah. D-Train, welcome to the chat.
welcome to the chat.
He says one game for many years. One thing goes down to the crapper. Sounds like Warcraft. Yeah, Warcraft is. I mean, Warcraft got a big boost of adrenaline this last couple of years. Like they re-released like new expansions and like
Their commercials made me not want to play them. Is that bad?
maybe. I mean, that's the
I
game.
mean, didn't they have like
Actually-
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No,
No.
Jeremy, you're thinking of like
What am I
No.
thinking of?
like phone games.
Oh, that's Clash of Clans.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of those.
No,
kinds of-
Warcraft had a whole bunch of stuff
No,
too.
no, no.
Mr. T. They had Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Yeah, thanks, Kuipers.
you
It's
go.
not. It's not. You're thinking. Yeah, you're. But Warcraft had. I mean, Warcraft's been around since like
Yeah.
2004.
Forever,
or
pretty
3
much.
or something.
Actually, I think that
Long time.
I think that the trailers that I've seen and stuff on TV, the commercials for Warcraft always looked better than the game itself did.
Yeah. Well, I think it's
To
just-
me personally, I understand that. I'm just saying.
Jeremy would love Warcraft, to be honest.
I think he
because
would.
they've taken everything you love about Destiny is pretty much Warcraft first-person shooter. That's like Warcraft was like kind of they're the ones that pioneered the raids. They loot the way loot is like colored and classified, kind of. I mean, slash Diablo, kind of a mix there,
that's
but
Blizzard games.
yeah, but definitely Minecraft. Destiny is heavily inspired by
They had
Warcraft.
Ozzy Osbourne and Chuck Norris do ads.
okay.
for
Have you
them,
been
too.
playing
Anyway.
some Minecraft? Is that you got Minecraft on your
I
brain?
haven't really. I mean, I fired it up when they released the update just to see how it worked, but that was about
Yeah.
it. So,
I need to try Realms.
all right. Next story comes from Waypoint.vice.com. It says PUBG developer accuses Fortnite of replicating its game. The developer is
Interesting
considering
response.
further action
Yeah,
over this matter.
This is potentially going to get real ugly.
Based on our story last week, how that developer was trying to like praise PUBG so
Yeah.
much.
It's like-
This is an interesting response.
Well, yeah,
I mean,
because-
I get it though. We agreed. They totally ripped it off.
Well, and I like
definitely.
how he's like, oh, maybe if I just say really nice things about it, they're not going to get upset.
But
that we
that's the
just-
problem,
yeah.
right? They admitted to ripping it off.
yeah.
Like,
Well, so yeah, and the thing is, I mean, if you don't know or haven't seen, they've put out a statement that was Blue Wall, or no, not Blue Wall. What is the Blue Hole? That said, we've noticed that Epic Games references PUBG in the promotion of Fortnite for their community and in communications with the press. This was never discussed with us. We don't feel that it's right. Which the worst part about this is that they are talking about the company that owns the engine that they run the game on too, which could cause some friction as well. But they basically have said, we were currently, they almost like thinly veiled that they would be potentially taking some legal action.
Wait, who owns what?
PUBG's gonna potentially
Epic-
go after.
Epic Games.
Yeah.
They created Fortnite, yeah.
Battle
Yeah.
Royale runs off. Fortnite runs off Unreal Engine 4 though, and I'm pretty sure
PUBG.
Battlegrounds PUBG is a Unity game. I'm sure.
No,
No,
no, it's Unreal.
it's Unreal.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Unity.
Yeah, no.
So that's, I mean,
You don't get that jank you get from Battlegrounds from Unity. that's some.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the like pop in and the way the textures look
Yeah.
and load stuff. That's a very.
so I mean, with that in mind, I don't think that it'll get to that point, but it does really seem like it's and this was what I was kind of trying to say last week when we talked about Battlefront or Fortnite doing this. It does kind of seem like a really slimy thing to do.
Well, it seemed to me that it was fairly obvious that they used the name to
Right.
help sell their game, basically.
Exactly, which is
And,
which
and
is
I
where
think that's
this-
what they're upset about. That,
Yeah.
at least the way I read it. Yeah.
That's where the sliminess comes in, because obviously people are gonna try and do something that's similar because it's something that's popular. But the other part of it too is that with this being a game that still is in early development and doesn't entirely know what it's doing, or that it's not even completely been built, suddenly throwing something like this out there out of the blue that just seems, it's almost like, oh, hey, we saw this game got real popular and somebody in our team decided that they were going to go and maybe work on something. And
it made me want to potentially buy the game. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm saying that is detrimental to PUBG because it's potentially taking away sales.
yeah.
What were you about to say, Kyle? Don't what?
I
You
was-
didn't
I
want
was just-
Jeremy to buy the game.
Yeah, it seems so pointless to buy it when it's...
Well, it's more than.
No, I agree. I
Battle Royale.
haven't.
No,
Obviously, but
what I'm saying is it's... I don't know. I hate the idea of some of the games like this that are early access, especially with this one that's supposed to be free once the game is actually released. But, that's just me. I don't like that idea as much, where the early access is you you have to buy in for a game that's going to be free
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
that's
play.
kinda weird.
That in and of itself really bothers me about Fortnite in general.
I didn't realize it was going to be that their
That's-
plan all
it's
along
being
was
free
to
for
go
all.
Yeah.
free to play.
It's supposed to be
That's
free
See,
to
I
play.
never
Free to play,
really. I mean, I had heard of the game, but I never really cared to get interested in it, to even know much about it until I heard them talking about PUBG. Because I like PUBG,
Right.
I was like, "Ooh, what's this?" And
Right.
so, yeah,
But have you
that's
gone
pretty
and have you
slimy.
gone and played the new mode in Grand Theft Auto that's
No,
similar?
of course not, because that's like an ancient game. Why would I play a game that's
Online-
like 8 years old?
If I picked up Fortnite, it would be because I'm actually legitimately curious about Fortnite.
It did
Yeah,
make
fun
me
game.
curious about
It's a
Fortnite.
very
Is what
fun
I'm
game.
saying.
But that's the thing. It's that you've got a bunch of people that may not even pick the game up for or try to get in on the
May
game.
not have heard of the
for
game.
what the game actually is. And I've heard that they're going to release this separately now, and it's going to be free access for everybody with this. But that there's tutorials in the big differences of actually building your own forts during the game that you're not going to get because they're not in the free battle royale thing that you can download. You have to have the
Yeah, it's a way to get
investor
you to get the
pack
game.
or whatever to get any of those tutorials.
It's really simplistic.
I
though.
mean-
it's not like they're depriving anybody of anything.
Well, no, but I mean it's
I mean,
Yeah.
I get why people are upset about it, but they've been upset since Horse Armor, and it's like at this point, microtransactions and pay to play is the way games are going, and you can't like Destiny. Like I feel like that's a game where they maybe kind of handled it okay. It's not the greatest solution, but it's at least cosmetic. It doesn't help you play any better. It doesn't give you
Yeah.
any better ranking.
Yeah.
It doesn't. If it is, and I think that's the thing is like
If it impacted gameplay.
if it impacts your gameplay, it makes you better at the game or makes you better in PvP, then I think it's a problem. But this is just kind of the way things are going. They need to be more open about this game and that it is going free to play, because that just seems ridiculous for people to pay $60 on. And then, because I thought when I first heard the story that they were going free to play, that it was like Evolve, or they came out and then they realized that this game isn't being supported
game's
well.
terrible.
We need to do something about it, and then they made the decision. Like, but anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know if you know, I don't know where this company. I mean, I know Epic. I know what they are. I know what they're about, and it looks like an interesting game. But I don't think it's getting the support. And I think I saw a headline the other day that said it was like, oh no, I'm sorry, that was Lawbreakers. Sorry, that was Cliffy B. I get him confused. You know,
okay.
he used to
He
run
is
Epic.
Epic,
He used
yeah.
to be Epic, and now he's kind of failing.
Teddy says, well, that's how Battlefield started, didn't it? People left Call of Duty to do Battlefield. That might have been. I know that's where Titanfall came from too. And it's not so much that the problem is somebody deciding to try and copy something else and make something that's similar or whatnot. It's the fact that Fortnite is really trying to leverage off of PUBG's success.
I mean, it's the most blatant ripoff so far. Like, I mean, it's very.
Well, yeah, they said it.
Yeah.
They're not saying anything about the fact that Grand Theft Auto put a mode that's similar to it, or is trying to emulate it. They didn't mention them at all. This is something that they are specifically saying, hey, these guys are using our name and our game and saying that as a way to try and get people here, which could hurt their bottom line.
Yeah. D-Train says when PUBG goes to console in a few months, it'll shut up all the competition. Which that might be why people that are hungry for like the
Doing it
PUBG
now.
style play
That's-
type, that they might be like, oh, I'm gonna go buy Fortnite
Yeah.
because I can get that on consoles and I don't have a PC or whatever. But
Well, and having played Fortnite, it's not gonna the experience isn't gonna compare to PUBG. I mean, it'll be fun, but it's not gonna be the same kind of deal. PUBG has so much more potential to be like so tense and stuff, and like just the way it plays feels a little more.
But I think that's the biggest rub is
slow-paced.
that they were using it for marketing.
No, yeah, definitely. I don't know. I'm not quite as angry about it as some people, but
I mean, yeah, I'm not. I can't really get upset about it. I just think it's. I think they probably. I mean, GTA. Rockstar played it pretty safe with their version. Like it was.
Oh, yeah.
It's like it's car combat. It's not.
Yeah,
You know, they
it's
tried to
not-
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
Where the like Fortnite did not try to cover it up at all. They
It's
were just
just-
like,
No.
we love it. And I mean, they tried to make it like a love
If you like
letter.
PUBG, you'll
Yeah,
love
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's the simplicity of trying to respect the fact that something else is popular out there and not just blatantly saying, "Hey, those guys did this thing that's really good and people like, and we like it too, so we want you to come play it on our thing now."
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, "Hey, we've got something that we're trying, come play it if you want."
Yep. Well, I'm really looking forward to what Jeremy has in the oven for us this evening.
Get your oven mitts on. It's time for Jeremy's hot tips.
All right. We obviously are talking Destiny again this week because that's the game I'm playing right now. So that's the hot tips that I have for you. Today we're going to talk about something you may not have known, and that is you can bring the Traveler back in the game. Speaker, Traveler. Not the speaker, the Traveler. The Traveler's the ball, the big orb in the sky. The speaker's the guy who died. Anyway, so here's how you do it. You go to the tower, and you find this little purple ball. And what you want to do is hopefully people aren't griefing you in the game too much when you're playing with the ball and want to just keep knocking it away from you or off the edge. And you want to put it into this circle. When you do, fireworks will go off. Cool. And you're like, that's pretty cool. Awesome. I did something. And then you're like, okay, now what? Go back to the same spot and you get a different colored ball. If some of you have noticed there are different balls in the game, they go in order. Now we've got green. I'll show you where this one goes. This one goes into a little stairwell around the corner here. Got a little tougher this week because they added all these flag poles everywhere. But you get the ball down there. And this is really cool because, bringing the Traveler back is like, we thought he was dead. So it's kind of cool that you can do that in the game.
Spoiler
And
alert.
see, now, yeah, I know, right? Now I've got people trying to get in on here. Obviously, you can see that there's someone I'm playing the game with right there. A nice lady in the game, helping me out. All right, so now you get more fireworks. Putting the green ball down the stairs there, and we're like, "Yay, we did that!" And so we're gonna go back up, and now there's gonna be. It's kind of like a purpley black ball, and we're going to, and you can see my snowflake friend brought that up for me, up to the ledge here. And then we're just going to push it straight over the edge. This one is not a circle or something you have to put in. You're just going to knock it straight over the edge. And yay, we got the third one. And I always got to do my little dance every time to show how excited I am. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Now we have a blue. Joke ensues. And this one's the hardest one to get. And honestly, I'm showing this in a little bit of fast forward because Snowflake helped me out here by knocking it over the edge a couple times. Thank you very much for that. I did it this time. But what you're trying to do is get it on that little ledge right there. Oh, yeah, and then he knocked it out and killed herself. So we had to start over. So you do the best part about this is you don't have to start completely over. You just have to redo that one ball. We're going to try a different route this time because we're trying to get it over the other side. Nope, she knocks it over the edge for me again. Try doing this by yourself, guys, because when you have help, sometimes it doesn't work. And sometimes it'll get stuck down on little ledges, so you got to make sure that the ball is completely gone or it won't respawn. I think we get it this time. And I'm really surprised we didn't have more people trying to stop us in-game from doing this. But we'll get this one this time. Notice my friend decided to leave me alone so we could finish this one out. I appreciate that. Just waiting for me to get it. I thought she was waiting to knock it over the edge again and pick on me, but didn't do it. And you got to get it around people because all the people in the tower it'll bounce against them. And almost there. I know you guys are super surprised. All right, this is what unlocks the Traveler, is getting it on this little platform or over the platform. So now we're going to head back and you're gonna see something way cool. Wait for it, guys. Wait for it. We're so excited about what's gonna happen here.
I can't wait.
The Traveler is returned. The Traveler is returned, guys. Look, there's the Traveler.
Wait, that's a ball.
That's the Traveler. That is the Traveler. Look at it.
I thought the Traveler
It's
was like a person.
It's a big
No,
kick, it's a big
that's the
kickball.
speaker.
Oh.
This is the Traveler.
Okay, I
The speaker is who
completely-
speaks for the Traveler.
Yeah.
The Traveler's the ball.
Oh, but I thought the Traveler
they-
was in the sky still, just broken
Yeah,
up.
it's still up there.
No.
It's
This is new. It's been reborn. It's
This is-
just smaller child. It grows big over
It's a
time.
big giant.
You got to stay here for a really long time on the tower to see it. Go back to its full glory.
It's a
But
gi- it's a
it's
giant-
like the egg
giant
of it.
floaty kickball.
So isn't that cool, guys? I just showed you
Okay.
how to bring it back. So
That explains.
cool,
Wow.
right?
That's
That's Hot Tits with Jeremy today.
I apologize if you listen to this on iTunes
This is
Yeah.
awesome.
because I feel like
You
just
didn't really
heard-
describe a whole lot.
You just heard Jeremy say, "Kick a ball over there, kick a ball,
I
kick a
know.
ball here,
Kick
kick
a
a ball."
I'm still
that
not used to
here.
this being on just audio.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'll work on it. It's
No,
week
but that was a
3.
very neat trick about where you kick balls
Yep.
and then you get a bigger
You get
ball.
the Traveler.
Then you get other balls.
Come on.
Just
I thought it was cool.
This
How about next week? I'll talk about the secret room on Destiny. You guys want to hear
Tonight's-
about the secret room on
Yeah.
Destiny?
Yeah.
tonight's
Yeah.
hot
Room,
tips
secret-
brought
Okay.
to you by balls.
Whoa.
It is. I mean, that's what the entire hot tip was about.
Kyle, too far, man.
We're gonna
How?
I don't know.
we're
I
gonna
just-
read emails now.
exactly.
Are we?
No, we're not. I'm just kidding. I was just gonna skip to the end of the show because I was just so frustrated with your comment about the speaker and the Traveler.
What?
See, I thought
No,
you
Jared
meant the
McKyle.
speaker.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Mine.
I was confused.
I said something about the.
Now boarding the video game hype train.
Get hyped!
Woo!
Hyped. Sorry, I
What about-
figured we needed to have a little bit of extra flair at the beginning of this. This is the first time that we've done the Get Hyped section, and I'm hyped about Cuphead. This game looks so cool. It's actually something that they have been trying to develop since 2000. There's two brothers. Their name is Moldenauer. And they've wanted to do a game that was based on 30 styles cartoons, and because that's something that they grew up with, and they just loved the way that they looked, the way that everything was set up with them. So what they've done is these are all drawn, like hand drawn. The only thing that is different from the way that old cartoons were made is the motion. In the way that they've got the frame rate set up, and that they colored a lot of it in Photoshop, but they also have put in that
So
grain.
these are stills.
The drawings. Yeah, they're drawings that they have basically tried to keep everything about this game as authentic to a 1930s cartoon. So
I built a game the same way in college. It's a lot of work,
yeah, so this was something that, like I said,
especially
they-
because you are dealing with interactive.
Right, and they wanted
Yeah.
to do this and start this back in like 2000. It's something that they didn't really have the ability to do because the style and the way that everything was set up. This was also rumored to have just been a boss fighting game originally when it showed up, and I believe at the very first Xbox One E3 conference in 2014. They've said that they only had about 40% of the art done at that time. So it may have actually been something that was supposed to be a platformer and run and gun from the beginning. But this game looks so cool. It's supposed to be super brutal. And maybe it'll be one of those games that I'm saying all the words that my mom doesn't want me to say and throwing my controller at the screen because of the difficulty of it. But that's for future Kyle to worry about. I'm super excited for this game to come out. It's only $20 too, and there's supposed to be some additional DLC that they're going to release later. But for as great as this game looks in everything that they've shown, and the music being 1930s type of jazz, I'm super excited about this game coming out on Friday, and I'm ready to buy it right now.
It just
looks like a lot
so
of fun.
good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
The art style is impressive.
Yeah, the way they've got the layered panes.
It just doesn't look like a game. It looks like you're
No,
watching.
Yeah,
a
it
cartoon.
looks like
Yeah.
you're watching a cartoon, which I love. The fact that they've even got some of that graininess that they put in over it as a filter that just makes it look like
yeah,
it's
they're
something.
treating it like glass
Yeah.
pane art, which is
But I do want to
phenomenal from the 30s.
not to be like corrections, but
Okay.
it wasn't that it was. I don't think it was just. It wasn't a rumor that it
It
was going to
was-
be a boss
Was it-
battles only. It was. That's the game. That's
Yeah.
what the game they showed at E3 when they first revealed it. And
So they made it into more.
And so many people were like, "Oh, I wonder what the other levels look like."
Yeah.
Other than
Well,
they
'cause
just
I
showed boss
was-
battles, and the developer went, "Okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's make this a full-fledged
Right.
game."
Yeah.
Let's. So it was.
glad they
Well, and I
listened
because
then.
I had
Yeah.
been looking, I'd been looking for that when I was looking up information about the game and how it had been developed and everything, and I couldn't find anything that specifically said that it was originally supposed to be that. So I didn't know if that was
no,
like
I
a,
remember specifically.
Okay.
When they
Okay.
announced it, that it was. That's why it got delayed for so many years after
yeah.
that.
Which I mean, in and of itself, they were only 40% done with the art for the game at that time when they showed it off at E3 in 2014. So
The other thing is, it's not even if you only spend a few hours with it. It's a $20 game.
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah,
like
it's-
it's crazy pricey or anything.
Right.
But it just, I can't wait to.
And
Just
what'd you
play
say? It's
for-
only on Xbox? Is that what you
and
said?
PC.
Xbox and
it's
PC.
cross buy. So if you
Okay,
buy it on
okay.
Xbox or in the
If you
Windows
buy it on
Store,
Windows
then
Store.
totally buy it on the Windows Store then.
well, or either way, you
Yeah.
can buy it on Xbox and then download it later on Windows,
Okay.
or you
Oh,
can do
okay.
either way. So
Teddy said it looks cool, but I wouldn't say it's top-notch graphics. Yeah, it does look like it came out like 50 years ago.
right, but that's
more than that.
Supposed to.
but that's the way
I don't
that
think
it's
70
supposed
years
to.
ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Like and
No, I'm
in
Not
not.
and
with
of
those colors,
itself,
though.
like the colors look
Yeah.
so
No, it looks good.
spot
I'm-
on.
It's incredible. Well, and then I find this really exciting because it's like you have so many people that are just like they want to get good graphics, that look realistic or whatever, and it's really cool to see something stylized. That's
Yeah,
like-
it's something that's not like a hey, let's make something that everybody else is making right now. This
Yeah.
is
I can
something that the art style is so different, and I don't know. I'm really excited to play
I
it.
think
I could see someone play this game and put in an audio track of the characters like talking through it and turn it into a cartoon series by playing the game.
like a
you-
machinima thing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
yeah.
You could totally do that.
Well, because the music itself, it sounds like an old cartoon.
Yeah.
So
It also it reminds me a lot of when the South Park game came out, the first RPG, because they did such a good job with that game. I thought at the time making it just
making it
looks
look like you
you're
were watching an episode of South Park.
And I mean that's kind of the way with the new one too. So this,
Right.
it was just it's like a way of making a game that maybe the graphics aren't to a standard people are used to being impressed by, but yet still being very impressive because it looks like the source material or something like that. And so
And I the other thing I do love is that how minimal the heads-up display is. Like you've got little tiny cards in the
I didn't
very
even
bottom
notice,
corner.
you're
I
right.
know, like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's so minimal to at least keep you in the game if you need to know where you're at. But at the same time, it's not hardly taking up any of your screen. And the way that the art in and of itself is set up, it draws you away from it anyway.
it's funny because it makes me think of like when my kids were real young and I'd play video games. Like as a child develops and stuff, like that's one thing. I always wonder if there's a study on this, but video games and TV and stuff like that, it's hard for kids to differentiate when they're young.
Yeah.
Like especially with modern video
Oh,
games
yeah, yeah.
because
Sure.
they look real. And so when they were real little, they'd always be like, Daddy, is this a video game? Is that a video game? Is this
No,
a
you
show?
dummy.
Is this a show? Like they couldn't ever tell it apart.
Yeah.
Especially if you play Madden, that was really confusing.
Oh yeah,
but
I mean,
Yeah.
but I could see this game like totally just like boggling a child's
yeah.
mind. Like this looks like you're watching a cartoon.
Actually,
can we watch that
they're
movie?
gonna watch the movie with
Yeah,
you. Like,
yeah, just watch
yes,
play.
let Daddy play the movie. For
Daddy,
you.
why does this character keep dying?
Yeah, and then coming back to it's part of the story. It's a good plot.
Shut up.
Yeah, how do they keep reincarnating? How does
All right, thanks for bringing the hype, Kyle.
Yeah.
Choo choo.
When you said what day?
Friday.
Friday.
2 days.
So pick it up, guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the mailbag.
Check unheard messages.
Emails, voicemails, or DMs. We want to hear from you.
Mailbox number, please.
It's mail time.
First message.
All right, this is the part of the show where we read your mail that you send in. You can send us a tweet, or you can send us an email, or a Facebook message, or you can call us at 475-TUB-CALL. That's our number. Use your telephone. I mean, it's not just for texting. You can actually call it and talk to a person. Thomas Edison invented that many years ago.
For us specifically, you can't
you talk
text
to a computer.
us.
You leave a voicemail. That's 475-TUB-CALL, or you can email us at theloop@minuteatub.com. That's theloop@minuteatub.com. Unfortunately, we had no messages, but we do have a message right here in the chat from 1DTrain2978 or 87. Sorry, I'm dyslexic.
2987.
And it says
305. No.
They ask, do you think that Call of Duty will be a major flop again? I've got my own opinions on this, and I'm sure the other guys do too. I'll give it a shot at answering this.
Can we start with the premise first?
No,
that
because there is no premise.
Call of Duty was a flop?
It was. Last year's was it was a flop in the terms of it didn't sell as well as its predecessors.
I thought it was better than its predecessors.
No, you
in some
thought,
ways.
but that doesn't.
I know.
That doesn't matter. That's not what a flop means.
Okay.
A flop means it didn't sell.
So we're talking about didn't sell. Got it.
Yeah, that's what a flop would indicate.
You thought that the last one,
last game
best
was
one that they've had in a while.
I thought the story of the game was decent.
Yeah,
I like that they added like some other than normal combat modes.
Is that the one that had Jon Snow?
Yeah, it was like at a lot. The space stuff was cool. It was.
Yeah, it was
cool.
But I think here's the thing. Here's why I don't think it'll be a flop. I think they're going to see more sales of this one because of the success of Battlefield 1.
Yep.
Battlefield 1 brought a lot of people in because of that time setting, and we haven't seen in a long time. And World War II, I mean, everybody complained about it being like, oh, you can't bring back to World War II. We've done that. There's a whole generation of gamers who haven't even experienced a World War II game because
that's true.
It's
crazy.
Everything's future guns.
Everything's
right?
future. Everything's futuristic.
What is this bolt action
And
thing?
if they've experienced anything old timey, it's been Battlefield 1. So this is going to be the first experience. This is going to be a lot of gamers' first time going to D-Day, playing with these guns and these tanks and these experiences. And I think it's exciting because I mean. The historical games, I always felt like I kind of took a little something from them. They're a little bit educational. They're a little bit, I don't know. Like Call of Duty 2 was like one of my favorite games. I think it's probably going to be pretty good. But whether it flops or not, I mean, obviously I can't say. But I think it's probably going to sell. I think it's going to sell better than the last game for sure.
I think it'll be I don't know if it'll sell like it'll be like one of the best ones, but I think it'll sell really well.
So D-Train, you canceled your pre-order and bought of Call of Duty and bought the new Assassin's Creed? Like how
that game
far?
Looks fantastic.
No, come on,
Jeremy,
have you even seen
what is wrong
any of
with
the stuff
you?
for
He
that?
hasn't even seen it, guys. He's just basing it off the last game.
it's gonna fail.
It looks
fantastic.
Jeremy. Have you even looked at the new
I
game?
don't want to.
You need to.
You should.
Because the new game is incredible.
looks
They have
great.
completely redone it. You can't just say, "Oh, it's gonna suck."
It's just
because everyone says it every
They burnt me out so much.
They took
Jeremy,
a year
I
off,
hope it's
and
fresh.
I think it's gonna pay
I'm gonna just say this. You're sounding like old man.
Yeah, when you're just like,
I am the old man.
Sucks. I didn't even look at it.
No, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't need to play that game. I've already played enough of them.
I think that you really do need to give it a shot because, I mean, you like Far Cry, right? You like the Far Cry games? Are you gonna play Far Cry 5?
Probably.
Okay.
Yes.
Imagine if they took a little like chicken made out of Far Cry and they shoved it inside of your Assassin's Creed turkey. But
do I still have to climb buildings and jump into hay bales?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Assassin's Creed partially
No, you
is
don't
about.
actually do that anymore. You climb pyramids and you slide down them.
Oh,
into hay
well,
bales.
there you
It's
go.
Totally different.
Totally different.
No, but there's a lot more like skinning animals and doing stuff like that,
Okay.
hunting.
I do
and,
like
also-
skinning animals in
yeah,
games.
They
Yeah.
revamped the combat system, which I'm really excited
Yeah, it
about.
looks a lot better. Everything about this game looks way better. So
Well,
I could understand
all right.
why you would switch.
And one thing, you mentioned the historical thing, because they actually just announced today that or maybe not, maybe it was yesterday, I don't know, but they announced that they're doing a Discovery Tour mode, which is going to be like educational, which I think is awesome because one of the things I loved about the Assassin's Creed game is that they do a lot of historical research, and maybe not necessarily in the latter games, but like they like the original, they tried to like make the city layout as accurate as possible, and like all the people that died that you killed were people that actually died at that time. I don't know. It's so that is very interesting to me. But yeah, I'm very excited about it. So.
What is
back to the Call of Duty thing. I
You have to go to the
actually
bathroom?
no. I'm really glad that they aren't going any further into the future because honestly,
Yeah.
like what is going further into the future? Mass Effect. I mean, really,
That's true.
Once
which
you
is
hit a certain
kind
point,
of going back.
Once you hit a certain point, futuristically, it's no longer a shooter war game. It is a game that is a it's a sci-fi shooter, and so I think that's a big part of the reason that they actually are bringing it back this time around because it doesn't make sense to continue to push the future because now
so
they
we're going to Vietnam in 3 years.
Now-
Is what you're saying?
well, maybe honestly, like it wouldn't
Actually, that
surprise
would
me.
probably be really cool. Some
There has
jungle warfare.
Did they ever do a game like that?
I don't
Black Ops was a little bit of
Yeah, they went. Yeah, they went.
Okay.
They like
But not really.
touched on it a little bit there.
That's a sensitive war.
Maybe they go to like
so-
the '90s Iraq War. They never did
Oh.
that. Like,
Yeah,
that'd be a
the Gulf War.
Gulf War might be.
Take out Saddam Hussein.
So, anyways, yeah, I mean, I get everybody. Everybody's got opinions. It's fine. You can play games you want to play. I'm just saying, don't discredit a game until you've like. Because here's the thing. I played the beta of Call of Duty World War II, and I gotta say, it was the most fun I've had playing online multiplayer shooter in a long time because they stripped it down and it made it slow again, and I really like that because it's like it kind of. It felt like it leveled the playing field. I could tell the other players that really like the fast, twitchy gameplay, and they still were trying to play that way, but they couldn't wall run or repel left and right and everything. So
Grapple.
it was
Grappling
good. It
hook.
was good for this old man to play because I was like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, but that's just because it had slowed down a little bit. He played war.
COD.
he,
He played Call of Duty and the Second World War.
we got some.
I got some breaking news, guys.
Yeah, breaking news coming
Twitter
through.
Twitter just sent me some news.
Well, it's not just Twitter. So.
Well, no, but I'm saying I got a push notification from Twitter. Playboy founder Hugh Hefner has died at the age of 91.
91.
So
Wait, so that means whoever bought the mansion doesn't have to have a roommate anymore.
It's true. So we covered that on an episode a while back. So
sad.
our
that's
apology.
the first thing you think of.
Why is that sad?
Our
Because a
condolences,
person has
our
died.
condolences to his family and loved ones.
Pervert.
It's sad to hear that a man died. Whether you agree with his
Moral
position
Yeah, whether you
in
agree
life
with
or,
course, yeah.
or not.
I mean, the missionaries for some people.
Mutiny Teddy, that's not gaming news.
Sorry.
Sorry, but it was breaking, and we do break things here. We broke Brexit.
Yeah, we broke Brexit.
Sometimes we break our audio.
We break.
Sometimes we break
We
our
break the
video.
internet.
Yeah.
Does this just mean we'll have to make up by having a little bit of gaming news during the Tubcast?
Yeah, we'll have to
Yeah,
make
we'll
up
do that
tomorrow.
tomorrow. I tell
Yeah,
you
we'll
what, we'll
make
do
up
that
for it.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll make
we'll-
up for
we'll
it.
make
Yeah,
up for
we'll
it. Yeah.
swap that.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. If you got any other questions you'd like us to talk about, any things you'd like us to discuss, please send in your emails to theloop@minuteatub.com, or as I mentioned earlier, you can call us at 475-TUB-CALL. Leave us a voicemail, and we will play it live on the air for everyone's ears to
Famous.
digest.
Probably throw that screen up, huh?
Now comes the time in all of our lives where we want to thank the Patreon peeps. Now, these are the people who make this possible for us to hang out with you and show some, video game screenshots. Really big on a screen for you to look at. No, actually, it's just, we have a lot of fun doing this show, and we really appreciate all your support. These people here that you see in Shining Coral are the ones that support us at the $10 level or higher. We consider them our co-producers, our cohorts, our buds in crime. That's how they say it. And we thank you very much for doing that. And we hope that if you enjoy the content that we put out on a weekly basis, that you too would consider donating. That's at patreon.com/minuteatub. And you can join at $1. You can give us more. Whatever works for you. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. We do have a hangout that is going to be coming up. We haven't decided yet, but it is
Very
in
soon.
October.
October.
That is the plan right now, is to
and
have
we
the
dropped,
next hangout.
We dropped that.
We
right?
haven't officially
We
announced
did.
it, but
We
let's
just
announce
announced
it
it.
right
We just
now.
announced it.
We are going to be dropping the hangout into our $10 or higher level.
Yes.
So
if you're in the
if
coral,
you are in the coral
and you're a co-producer,
and
a coral producer,
if you're a coral producer, you get to hang out with us every other month. So we're working on getting that stuff finalized. I'm still working on
and some people don't know
updating
what
some of
that
those
is.
things.
Kyle, give a little. What is that? What is
Well,
the
what that
hangout?
means is that you get to hang out with us on a Google Hangout. It's a private Google Hangout that
They don't have to be on video. They could just be audio.
you can
if
be
they
on
want it.
audio.
audio.
You can be on video if you want. You get to hang out with us.
Ask us
and-
questions.
Yeah, ask questions. We basically
Give us feedback.
Yeah, it's a little bit of time that we hang out. Usually, it's on a Wednesday night before our Wednesday stream. So
that'll be coming up
yeah,
soon.
we'll be getting you more information about that if you are a patron. If it sounds like something that you want to be interested in, check out patreon.com/meninatub.
Also, we do have a Discord channel if you would like to join that. That is also it's pretty much kind of fluid right now, but if you become a patron, we'll get you access to that. So
Yeah.
if you would like access, just let us know.
And a Destiny clan on Xbox.
Also, real quick, with Google Hangouts, when that's decided, Kyle will be contacting you to get your email, your Gmail address, or whatever you use for Google, so we can chat. So be on the lookout for that.
We'll be messaging you through Patreon, so keep your Patreon accounts active.
Yes.
You're into it.
All right. Is that it?
I think that's it. We've
All right,
done it.
everybody. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another episode of The Loop. And we'll be keeping you in the loop all the time next week.
Yes,
On
next
next
week.
Wednesday, you'll be in the
We'll get you
loop,
back in the loop.
In the loop. So, good night, everybody. Sleep tight.
Bye.
Waving. I'm waving like a princess.